let's compare these two different conference room speakers. So I've got the EMEET speaker and the Anker speaker here. Here's what you get out of the box and how to set these up. So here is the solution from EMEET for a conference room speaker, and then here is the conference room speaker from Anker. They are both right now the exact same price on Amazon, so we can do a straight up comparison and just see which one works better. The EMEET does come with this extendable mic. The Anker is just the single speaker. The Anker comes with its own case. The EMEET does not. Looking at the overall design of the Anker, this really looks cool. This has got some heft to it. It does feel kind of heavy. This feels not quite as heavy, and it's kind of like a cheaper plastic on it, but it's not bad. And then you do see the difference in the button navigation. On the EMEET, you've got the physical rubber buttons, and then the Anker is just these touch buttons, so you just touch it to turn it on. While I do like the design of the touch buttons here on the Anker a little bit more, this does have a little bit more functionality. If you're not actually looking at the speaker, you can feel where each button is, so you don't have to fumble your way around with this, where it just feels like one smooth surface. So on the Anker, you've got power out, aux out, and then USB-C. This is used for charging. On the EMEET, you've got USB-C for charging, you've got a link port, and then an in, and you can lock this to the desk so no one takes off with it. And the one obvious advantage to the EMEET is it does have this remote microphone. The cable is nicely stowed away in here, and you can just plug it in, so now you have an extra mic for if people are sitting at a different area of the table. Another nice advantage of the EMEET is it does come with this dongle, so you could plug this into your computer. You don't have to worry about pairing with Bluetooth. With the Anker, you do have the Bluetooth option, but that's your only option for connecting. Let's go ahead and turn on the Anker. That is a nice look and design. And we will turn on the EMEET. Not quite as fancy here. And you'll notice that I am connected to the EMEET because I have connected previously. So let's go ahead and listen to some music from this EMEET speaker. We'll turn up the volume all the way on this speaker as well. I will point out that aside from volume, there's no navigation on this speaker. So overall, the sound with the EMEET, it's not super incredibly loud, but it is loud enough for hearing people talking, and I think the sound quality is really quite good with this speaker. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off so we can switch to the Anker. So I will pair a new device, and it looks like the Anker is out of pairing mode, so we'll go ahead and press the Bluetooth button. That showed up right away on my phone. We'll go ahead and pair. There's a nice indication that we are paired. We got 70% battery. So let's go ahead and run the same audio test. Pretty quiet right now. Let's turn up the volume all the way like we did on the other speaker. That's pretty good sound actually. We can adjust the volume on the speaker. You can see the adjustments being made on my phone as well. And there is some play, pause navigation on this speaker. You can press and hold for volume control on this as well. Between the EMEET and the Anker, I would say that the Anker does have a bit more volume. I do think the EMEET is pretty close. Now I want to do a microphone comparison, so I'm going to switch over to the mic for this Anker speaker real quick. Testing. Now all the audio you are hearing is coming directly from this speakerphone. It has a bunch of mics on the side. So let me set this down on my desk. So this is what it's going to sound like on a table in front of you. So if you're in a conference room and you have this next to your computer, this is what you're going to sound like. Now, if you're on the other end of the conference room further away, let me go ahead and move the speaker so you can hear what that sounds like. So now the speaker is about 10 feet away. This is probably about as far as you'll get away in a conference room if you're at the far end of the table and the speaker is in the middle of the table. This is what it sounds like. Now let's listen to the EMEET mic. Testing 1, 2, 3. And now all the audio you are hearing is coming from the mics on this EMEET speakerphone. Again, let me put this on the desk. And this is what it's going to sound like on a table right in front of you next to your computer. Let me go ahead and move this 10 feet away as well. And this is what it sounds like if you're on the far end of a conference room table. Now, the nice thing about the EMEET is it does come with this other mic that you can plug into it. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in this mic. I think the cord is about 6 feet long. So the main mic is still about 10 feet away from me, but I have the extendable mic just a couple feet away from me. So this is what it sounds like with the two microphones. So I pulled this a little bit closer just so I can show you that you can mute the whole unit with this mic. So let's talk the differences and similarities between these two. This Anker is a bit heftier because it has a bigger battery. This has a 24-hour talk time. This has a 10-hour talk time. Now you can leave them both plugged into USB-C if you just want to be able to talk forever and they're just constantly charging. But if you need to be more mobile and can't use USB-C to charge, then this is going to last a lot longer. As far as sound quality goes, I couldn't really tell a difference between sound quality. They both sound really great to me. The Anker, however, does have a bit higher volume. So if you like it louder or you're in a larger room, this is probably going to be a slightly better option just for hearing the other end. As far as the mic audio is concerned, I'm going to leave it up to you to decide which you thought was better. But I do want to point out that this does have this extendable mic, which is clearly an advantage, especially if you're in a larger conference room. You can move this to either end of the table. So if you have two people who are doing the majority of speaking, you can give this mic to one of the speakers, this mic to the other speaker. Then the other end has better audio because it is a closer proximity to the speaker. Another advantage that the EMEET has over the Anker is simply the USB receiver. So if you don't want to connect to Bluetooth, or say that you want to give it to someone else's computer and you don't have the time to connect, you can just give them that receiver, instantly plug in and use that. That's a really nice option to have. As far as overall design is concerned, I think the Anker looks nicer, but I mean, honestly, I don't care too much. I care mostly about how it sounds. Overall, I think this Anker is going to be better for people who want the louder volume and the longer talk time. The EMEET is going to be better in situations where more people are talking, so you can pass this mic around, and it's also really nice that it has this receiver. Overall, I think they're both really great conference room speakers. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.